are going to make your life decisions, and there are consequences, good and bad. And you're going to live in those consequences. I'm not going to be upset with you for getting a C. You're going to feel that for yourself, and then maybe make some changes next time. So,
and the lessons that you learn yourself are much stronger.
They really are.
Than the ones
somebody shoving it down your throat.
Well,
you know?
and that actually goes to, too, with children, what they see is so much more imprinted on them than what we tell them. So I always like to say that, you know, what is caught is so much more important than what is taught. So it kind of brings it back to us and other family members that if we're running around kind of crazy and emotionally exhausted, what are we showing the kids?
It's also, I mean, it translates also into how do you let people treat you? How do you process the world? How do you respond to the world? Right? If they see you all angry and mad about something and that's your response, you know, those are the traits that they're going to learn in some way, you know? What do you think the ways we can help moms, you know, maybe even our spouses or our children, if one of us is struggling with that? What are some of the key ways that you find in your practice, Wendy, that really help people manage this?
Well, communication is key to everything, whether it's with your children, obviously age-appropriate communication, spouse, anyone else that's in your home, right? Because some of us live in extended families, grandparents, so the biggest thing is communication. The second thing is finding a way to ask for help. You know, sometimes it's just really hard.
Moms are so good at that. Women in general, right?
Right. And so, you know, asking for that help, and then, you know, we talked about it earlier. We schedule time to do everything for everyone else. We need to schedule time for ourselves. And whether that means a yoga class or a hot bath, right? Because, I mean, wouldn't a spa weekend work for all of us? I think that would be great, you know? But sometimes you don't have the time or the money for that. So just putting in things that take care of yourself.
I know on Naperville Moms Network, I've seen a couple of posts where a mom is saying, hey, I'm looking for someone to do almost like a co-op for babysitting. You know, I have a 2- and 4-year-old. It's expensive to get babysitters, right? And not every family can afford on a regular basis getting a sitter. I mean, at $10 to $15 an hour for you to go out for a couple hours, all of a sudden it's, you know, $50, $60 you're paying a babysitter on top of whatever activity you're doing. But having someone in your neighborhood or close by that has similar age kids, I always just thought it'd be a great idea. I didn't think of it when I was younger and had younger kids. We didn't have any family here. So it was very isolating. It was, I was either at work or I was with my kids, and we had a nanny, and it, you know, if we wanted to go do anything, it just got really so asking for that help, saying, hey, I'm a little overwhelmed right now, or saying no. Right? I mean, you know, I know we talked about this on a different episode, but there's sometimes you got to open up your calendar, and if there's just not enough free time, you just have to say, I am so sorry, I'm just overscheduled right now. Can you give me a shout back in, you know, 3 or 4 weeks? You know, especially if it's not something that's an urgent request. But that's difficult because we want to please everyone.
Well, but you know, once you start saying no, it gets a lot easier.
It does. It does.
It just makes the initial. I used to always say, I need to join an anonymous group for just saying no. You know?
I love that.
But you know, once you do, like you said, it helps because you're reprioritizing. And we were talking about asking for help, even just your spouse or your kids. And I think the harder part is us as mom and women, we're perfectionists. So we know someone else is not going to do it as well. And I think my husband has mastered that pretty well. He knows if he doesn't do it well enough, then I won't ask him.
So he found a way to cope.
Exactly.
Good for him.
Right. So I think letting go that, you know, it's not going to get done exactly as you want, but it's going to get done.
Right, you open up the dishwasher and you're like, oh, you chose to load it that way. Okay.
But it's going to get washed anyway, right?
And we're gonna, well, and I think, you know, what you were saying, Wendy, about like kids are watching us. And I'm having a daughter that just graduated college and a son in college. You know, when they go away from the house and start to live a life, the way that they deal with life, the way they deal with the emotions and the stress and the challenges is a lot what they learned and what they saw in me. And being able to teach them early on to ask for help, you know, saying, you know, this is, you know, we have company coming over and everybody's taking a piece of this house. Whatever it is, and just, I think the other part is that communication, letting them know why we're doing this. I'm not just doing it because I want to be mean, and I'm too lazy to do it myself, although I am an Amazon Prime mom, like I'm on that end of the spectrum. But I think that that is just so important, and we forget that. to get so busy.
Gosh, I learned so much from this table, and it's nice because I get to apply so much of the advice and the insights, and as you're speaking, I'm thinking, what am I teaching my kids? What am I teaching my kids? What am I, how do I respond? And, I think that I do make a conscious effort to say out loud the reason why I'm doing something. People are coming over. What does it matter? It does matter. You want to present a nice home. This is our environment. Just things like that. The other day I was getting my hair cut, or no, she was getting her hair cut, my daughter, and I said, let's meet the business owner. This woman's name is Nikki. She owns this. She used to work for someone else, and now she works for herself. Isn't that not, just pointing those things out, and maybe it sticks somewhere to remember.
Well, this is another topic which I feel like we could do a whole nother show on, right? This has been a great conversation and something to stay on top of for yourself and for your kids. Remember, there are always people or resources you can reach out to for help. Thank you for tuning in to the Naperville Moms Network, and thank you, Wendy, for being here. Thank you. Please remember, you are always invited. Thank you.
This month on Images, learn how COD inspired Raquel Black to open